pretty marvelous. But here I am, I actually now am going live, so that's great. So first of all, happy new moon. Today brings the new moon in the sign of Libra. And Libra, if you don't know, is the relationship sign. It's actually it's opposite the sign of Aries. Okay, so they're on opposite sides of the sky. Aries is, with all love and respect to all our Aries friends, we all have Aries in our chart somewhere. That's just how astrology works. Aries is the me sign, and Libra is the me and you sign. Okay, so Libra is the sign of relationships, and this new moon is our annual chance to really have a relationship reset. So what I would suggest to you is that if there is a relationship in your life which you know has gone toxic, it happens, this is the time to really try and clear it out. Now, why? Is it just because it's the new moon in Libra? No, it's actually not. In fact, the new moon in Libra every year, which always comes at around about this time of the year, is always a fantastic time to do a relationship reset. Okay, always. That's basically the whole point of the new moon in Libra, in a funny way, is to do a relationship reset. And we all need relationship resets, whether it's with our current partner or our ex or our kids or our parents or our neighbors or our friends or whoever. However, this new moon, every new moon is a bit different, and this particular new moon 2025 in Libra is clashing with the planet Pluto. I'm just going to hold this up. This is my Moonology Diary 2025, and if you've got it, this is the time to turn to page 211, where you will get all the new moon in Libra information. And by the way, the Moonology Diary 2026 is now on sale. So if you want that, go to moonologydiary.com. You can also get my end of the year Finish 2025 Strong workshop, which I recorded in the middle of the year, but is valid all the way through to the end of December if you want to know how to get through these last few months of the year. But anyway, so in here, if you've got it, you will read about the fact that this new moon is clashing with Pluto. Pluto being the plumber of the zodiac. Now, the images that you kind of need to use when you have the new moon clashing with Pluto are not always going to be very pretty, because I'm really kind of honor bound to tell you things like, imagine a blocked toilet. I'm sorry, but that's the kind of imagery we have here with the new moon in Libra clashing with Pluto. So imagine you get one of those plungers that you have to use when the toilet's blocked, and imagine everything just explodes everywhere. You know, that's very new moon in Pluto. In fact, earlier this week, my son Louis and I went to see the Dress Codes exhibition at Kensington Palace, and we had a talk there from a very interesting guy called James, who seemed to know everything and more about the history of, I think it was Queen Anne, who, I hope I'm getting the queens right, I think it was Queen Anne, who ended up getting very sick. And I'm just thinking this out loud now, and I'm sorry if this is all disgusting, but it was so new moon squaring Pluto, this talk he gave. It was only the day before yesterday we went, and we were already in that sort of cycle of where we start to feel the energy of the new moon square Pluto. And he talked about how she became so sick, and in fact what it was, she had a hernia, but the doctors at the time, because I think it was the late 1800s if I'm remembering it right, history's not my forte, okay, but they thought she had a hernia, they thought she had an abscess. It was actually a hernia. They kept cutting it out, made her sicker and sicker, and eventually they pierced it and she literally exploded. It's an awful way for someone to die, and I'm not making light of it, but there was poo everywhere, okay? And that is so, it's so funny that I don't know if he gives that talk every month, but it was so funny that we heard it this month, because that is so new moon square Pluto. So why am I telling you all this, S-H-I-T, haha, I hear you ask? Because that is what is going on now in the skies, okay? It's the new moon in Libra, the sign of relationships, squaring Pluto, the planet of poo, the planet of plumbing, the planet of detox, okay? The planet of clearing out all the shit, okay? So it's like, so have a think about which relationship you need to clear out, okay? And set some intentions around clearing out that relationship. I can't wait to see the comments. I'm sure some of you are just so disgusted. I'm sorry, but you have to tell it like it is, I think, in my humble opinion. So yeah, so that's really the energy for this new moon. And just remember, you know, in moonology, if you don't know, we set intentions at the new moon and we release it all to the divine at the full moon. And as we go, let me just see quickly in my moonology diary. I'm just going to give you, every month we have an overview of the new moon, and there are the keywords. I just want to share with you the keywords here. So the keywords for this new moon: relationship restart, out with the old, relationship detox, and also mysticism revisited, which is a whole other story. And the new moon actually takes place rather, at 1:25 p.m. today, so in about an hour and a half. So if you haven't made your new moon wishes yet, now is the time to do it, okay? Or just after the new moon, ideally. So yeah, so that's that. So I thought I would hop on here. If you want to manifest something, the new moon is the time to do it. Set your intentions, make your commitments to yourself, send some wishes out to the universe. And if you want to manifest faster, I actually know many of you do, because I've done surveys and a lot of you say the biggest problem I have is that I'm so busy I don't have time to do all this manifesting stuff. I actually created a guide just for someone like you, if that sounds like you, which you can access if you just write the word fast in the comments. It's free. You can just download it, and yeah, it'll give you, I think it's 3 or 4 techniques for manifesting, but fast. So it's not that it's going to speed up the manifesting. Manifesting will go at its own pace, regardless of, which guide you use or don't use. It's really connected a lot to how you are being, because manifesting is about being, and by sort of stepping into the frequency of the thing that you want. But these are fast techniques. So instead of having to do long and complicated 12-step ceremonies or whatever, it's that fast manifesting techniques which will work as fast as your belief will carry them. So I'm going to hop off now. I want to say thank you so much for being here. And I hope you have a really good new moon. If you're in my members area, we're actually going to be doing our manifesting in about 20 minutes together. We'll do our monthly new moon manifesting session. And yeah, have a beautiful new moon. And remember, it is relationship reset time. And hopefully this time Facebook has actually published my video. Lots of love, guys. Sorry about all the poo talk.